Victims' photographs and persons depicted on Fugitive Watch are presumed to be innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
You see that? The screen was not big enough. Hey, Steve, if they can't figure out how to find the show now at 12 weeks or 20 weeks into it, I'm going to stop. I can't help them. It's on YouTube at Fugitive Watch. All right.
Well, I know, but I didn't even put anything out. We didn't even tell people we're going to be on.
It's the Fugitive Watch live stream. It's Tuesday, new night, Tuesday at 7:00 with I'm Mark Hinch with Steve Verdeen and Scott Kashida of Fugitive.com. These guys run this website here, and let's see if I can get it up there and show you all.
If Eastside Tony doesn't show up, that's your fault.
Oh, well. So anyway, so when you post it, it actually it gets an alert on YouTube. So if you're signed up on YouTube, you'll get the alert that the show's coming up. And Facebook too, because I posted it there too. All right. Cool. So this is the Fugitive Watch website, and you can find Scott and Steve there at fugitive.com. You can find me over at stolen911.com. I actually have some new cases come up on there soon. But right now, so what's going on this week? Kind of slow in law enforcement, right?
Yeah, sure.
Where have you been?
Yeah,
anything going on? I don't know.
In actual law enforcement, it's a little weird right now. I mean, I don't know. A year ago, 2 years ago, I had no idea that we would be in this position, but we are.
We are.
Here we are.
I'm trying to figure out my chair position here so I can be in middle here. Okay. So like, you see the CHP cars being pummeled from the top of the freeway?
No,
on the 101 freeway.
Oh, hang on a second. I found out. Guess what? That's all fake. That was from the George Floyd. All that where they have all the cars underneath the freeway. They used all this footage from other riots, and that happened to be because they took. If you put it in ChatGPT, that was from like 21. It was from the George Floyd riots.
Yeah,
it wasn't even real.
So the CHP cars being the thing being dumped
all
on, that's not
fake,
real?
all fake, Mark.
So I was going to say, because I remember in the Mesley riots in Berkeley, Oakland, 2015, and I've probably been embedded in like 20 different demonstrations undercover, and the CHP scrimmage line left the patrol cars behind and went up to the scrimmage line. Well, another group came around from back, and then I came back, and they were torching the cars, and I have it all on video. And we actually followed a couple guys and got them arrested eventually. But I want to say, yeah, man, that would be shitty if they're still leaving their cars unattended like that, or at least right underneath the bridge like that, right? You want to keep them out in the middle where people can't throw stuff. Okay, I'm glad to hear.
I saw that. I saw a bunch of different videos and pictures of all, and I'm like, wow, okay. And then finally somebody came on, they go, hey, wait a minute, man, they're out there, and I hate to say it, it's the guy who's the named president who's out there pushing these fake photos and pictures.
Oh, okay, well, that's good. Well, that got me sick. But look, I'm just looking at it from my phone. I think somebody who sent it to me. Someone sent it to me. It might have been the kid. I can't remember. Okay, but anyway, someone sent me that video, and then some really small man in an Infinity just rode by. Yeah, I don't know. It's got a pretty loud engine. I don't know why. Yeah, I just glanced at it. But guys, I really haven't followed a lot of it. I'm purposely not following because it's such made up drama. I will say this: I watched the district attorney of Los Angeles County on an interview yesterday. And he made a good point. There are 48 law enforcement agencies in LA County. LAPD has 8,400 sworn. LASO has over 11,000 sworn. Then you got all those, and then you got the California Highway Patrol with half of the CHP down there in Southern California. And then you have, that's going to be 3,000 to 4,000. Then you have all those other 45 agencies with their personnel, right?
Yeah,
they have more than enough law enforcement to handle this riots. They really do. And And I understand, okay, you want to be prepared and be, but that's not how this works, right? The governor has to request it. If the governor says we need
Apparently
it,
not.
set it up, right? This is made up drama. And what the problem is, all the instigators out there are just instigators and they're piece of shits anyway, no matter what side of they're on. There's the regular protesters and there's the troublemakers that are in every crowd, whether you're Proud Boys or Black Flag Antifa, right? So, but it's sad to see everyone falling for this. And then, Trump's out there with what's his name? Who's the Nazi dude with the bald head? Miller.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just causing this as a distraction and getting all these pro-cop, deporting people, whatever group all riled up. And he's not doing this in Texas. He's not doing this in Florida. They have just as many immigrants in Texas as they do in California, if not more. They have just as many in Florida, but they're not going to do it in Republican states. They're only going to do it in New York and California. But there's more than enough law enforcement to handle this down there, and it's actually not as big of an area as they make it out to be.
No, that's the whole
it's like
thing.
Mark. I saw they showed a map. It's like a four square block area.
Yeah, it's downtown LA.
Knuckleheads. It's all centered around City Hall and the Federal Building. Los Angeles is a huge city.
It's like not the LA
10 million people.
It's not the Rodney King riots of '92.
No, it's not.
It's not what happened a couple years ago during George Floyd, where Santa Monica and all these other places are going up, right? It's not, and that's the thing. It's a dog and pony show for the federal government, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious, Mark. Okay, not only are you retired CHP law enforcement, so they're sending all your brethrens down there, okay, and your boy.
Well, they're usually the ones that are already down there.
Your boy is actively in the military. You're a retired Marine. How would you personally, honestly, how would you feel if you were told that you had to go down to LA and stand the line? I mean, with it.
Well, as a highway patrol officer, I have no problem going down there and helping out LA County with a civil disturbance. That's our job. I started doing it in LA back in 2000. I was there for the DNC. And then I transferred up here, and I did some as a uniform officer. Then most of my stuff was undercover, but I was at all those riots. I was there. I was on the freeway the night that the 80 freeway was shut down. You got that awesome photo of traffic.
So I guess my
point is, like, I have no problem with California people going. I have no problem with the National Guard going down there when the governor requests it.
But what about why the Marines?
Well, why? Okay, you could say the same question. Why the Marines and Rodney King? Because the governor requested assistance, and that's what they felt they had to do. This is just a show of it's just dog and pony. Oh, we're going to send our Marines in too, and we're going to send our National Guard. The thing is, the
Marines are
the quickest force that he has to mobilize to LA is the Marines. They are the biggest force for the feds right there south of LA, an hour and a half away. It was as easy for them. You got an active battalion, maybe halfway ready for deployment. They're pretty much ready to go.
By the time those guys were deployed, it was already done.
Of course, Scott, we know all this, but you understand what's going on. You asked me why the Marines, because it makes a big headline, Marines, and the Marines are an hour and a half away. That's why.
So let's send the guys in that are trained to kill chaos and kill the enemy. That's that's your mission as a Marine. Your mission.
First. Well, yeah, but the problem is, Scott, your commander in chief is the president of the United States, so you have to do your mission, whatever the mission is. But he's being misused. Look, I'm no constitutional lawyer, but all this is impeachable. I'm telling you right now, this is all impeachable shit. He's misusing this stuff
without a doubt.
And if Obama had done something like this, oh my God.
Oh, they'd be flipping out.
They flipped out. They would have flipped out.
It doesn't matter.
Anybody. It doesn't matter.
You know what? And Mark, you know what, Scott, Mark, it's dangerous. I mean, I'm old enough. I remember Ohio State. It's dangerous to mix military with civilian police duty. In Ohio State, those soldiers, those National Guard soldiers, shot down all those college students. you know, because all they had was M1 rifles and bayonets, you know, and they were not trained to do civilian police work.
Right.
And we've been down this road before.
Sure. I think Rodney King, the use of the military in there was the right thing to do because the devastation was so more widespread and it was overwhelming. I think using the National Guard, I was just at the Palisades a few weeks ago. We drove up as far as we could get. National Guard checked our stuff, but they wouldn't let us in. That's a great use of the National Guard for that, right? You got this.
Yeah, it is because things got out of hand. But even during the Watts riot, there was just a lot of unnecessary killing by the military because they are not.
Who called the military out on the Watts riot?
During the Watts riot?
Was that Ronald Reagan? Who was that? Was that the governor? It was a governor. Who was the governor at that time?
I think that was probably
Ronald Reagan.
Jerry Brown Sr.
Okay, well, so if my point is the governor can ask for assistance, right? And the governor can request that the National Guard or the military be sent in. Yeah, right. Okay.
There's a really good book called "Rivers of Blood, Years of Darkness" that describes the Watts riot. You know, I don't know if you realize the Watts riot started with the CHP making a deuce arrest in Watts.
Yep.
And that was the match that started the Watts riot. And in the book, it describes a lot. Each killing of a civilian was described in the book, and there was one instance where some National Guardsmen or they were actually they might have been active duty Army. They're manning a 50 caliber machine gun, and some poor guy is lighting a cigarette up on a high rise. And somebody yells out, "Oh, sniper! It's a muzzle flash!" And they open up with a 50 caliber machine gun into an apartment building of some guy lighting a cigarette. You know, it's just.
So what else? I don't mean to cut this off, but
let's keep going here. So no, but real quick, your point is something about using the military wrong. If it's appropriate, like in the LA riots in '92, I think it was a use because of the devastation area. Palisades, obviously, you got all this looting, and the police got another job to do at this point. But as far as this little riot thing happened in LA, this 4-block area of downtown on the 101 freeway,
totally uncalled for, Mark.
It's totally uncalled for.
Totally uncalled
and
for.
I feel sorry for the Marines and the National Guard that have to go down there and sit there. But you know, the other funny thing is though, people are posting these pictures of these poor soldiers sleeping in a parking lot or sleeping thing. And I'm like, that's kind of lame. Whether Newsom think that's lame or the Republicans are saying that's lame. Look, if you're in the military, if you were not in the military and you think sleeping on the floor is lame, well, obviously you need to learn something because that's just typical in the military. You might have to sleep on the friggin' floor once in a while. So get over that. Okay. So the soldiers, they'll do their job.
That's not the point. The point
is the point because both sides are making that an issue right now. Like, look at these poor soldiers sleeping on the floor. The soldiers are fine sleeping on the floor. First of all, that is fine. My point is, both sides are using this to an extreme, but the orange man, the president, is just a big distraction.
Yeah,
all it is. It's to get him off the Epstein files list, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's just using them as pawns and props.
Yeah, but the military is going to do what the president of the United States tells them to do. And in this, I guess I think him even deploying the National Guard without the Insurrection Act, isn't that, I don't even know if that's legal.
Well, he's trying to create that. He's saying that he wants to do the Insurrection Act. And what better?
This is all impeachable. This is all impeachable.
And he ordered another 2,000.
He's violating the Posse Comitatus Act, Mark. The Posse Comitatus Act clearly states that military are not to be used for civilian police duties.
Did we lose Mark? There he is. Hi, Mark. We lost him.
Said I'm out. Done with these fools. Yeah.
We're like, okay.
It's a distraction. Is exactly what it is. It's a distraction.
It's just a distraction.
Yeah, when you guys lose me like that, I either said "fuck it," I'm done, or just keep talking because the show keeps going. Okay, no,
Well, Mark,
I hit the
as
wrong button
long
here.
as we're on this topic, why don't you run the story about the reporter who was shot by the LAPD officer? As she
I
was,
got shot by a rubber bullet next to another guy, and it was kind of funny. But yeah, okay. I mean, she's all right?
yeah.
The Australian reporter.
She'll be
Yeah, they're not
fine.
too happy about that.
Oh well, then
But
don't
that
go,
was-
then
that's-
don't go to riots. I can't know what to tell you, right? I haven't
No,
seen
no,
it.
no. Watch the video.
Watch the video.
I haven't seen
Mark.
the story. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch
She
it
wasn't
watch it
anywhere around the riot.
before you put your foot in your mouth, Mark.
Oh, my foot's been there a long time, and I'm usually right. That's the problem. All right, let me see.
No, the problem is you think you're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Hey.
Whoa.
All
Get
right,
a little.
let me get.
Yeah, so I know that they're a little ticked off about it.
Get a little racial up in here.
Yeah.
Who's getting racial?
What you're going to see in this video is basically the reporters are out there just basically reporting.
Doing their job.
Yeah, and she was standing with a bunch of other media people and camera people and her camera person, and she was obviously doing a news report. She's got her microphone doing her thing, and you could see her flinching from the gunshots. And then go ahead and play it.
After hours of standing off, this situation has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA. Oh! You just shot the
Ouch.
Where did it hit you?
Okay, I'm still waiting to see what's so egregious.
Come on, he aimed for her. He aimed for her, man.
Who angered her? Who angered who?
If you see the close up on it,
chaotic
Mark,
scene
you
in
can
Concord
see that
outside the
he
Federal
clearly
Immigration
he draws a
Courthouse,
bead
dozens
on
of
her.
protesters swarmed in, agents attempting to make an arrest. Take a look.
Pause.
This is the same one?
What are we moving on to? I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what this is. No, the guy definitely. Come on, man.
If you see the close up, Mark, you can see that he drew a bead on her. You can see it clearly that he drew a bead on her.
And what type of officer is he?
It's an LAPD look like.
Oh,
yeah. I think he asked her out for coffee or something, and she said no. And
so did they break down the video? Did they break down the video?
Yeah. And you know what's sad, Mark, is some of our former colleagues think they think it's funny and that law enforcement.
Hold on a second. I want to watch this.
All right.
Okay. He drew a bead on her.
Yes. That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like.
In my opinion.
What's going on behind the camera here? Because look, man, I see what you guys are saying, but she's in a protest zone. Why are they? Okay, let's take this like any other shooting. What's going on behind her here? I don't know.
I agree with you 100%, Mark. I think there should be an investigation to find out.
You guys, it's not on here.
Let's see what his body cam.
You guys got it. When you don't see what I'm talking about, please let me know because I don't notice.
I do see, but see how they're lined up. They're not facing towards her, and she waves her hand where they're trying to push the protesters. And that one guy there on the end.
What agency's better than LAPD? I'm waiting for an answer. I don't know what happened here. I don't know. The lady got shot. She's a reporter. She's got her. I don't know. Is she being filmed with a real camera? Is the guy filming her with the iPhone streaming camera for the news report? I don't know what's going on. I don't see the context. All I see is her in the zone. He's firing at somebody. Is he beating her? I don't know. Scott, you use is it a beanbag gun or a rubber bullet?
I believe those were rubber bullets.
Okay, aren't those shotgun based? No, some of them. I got shot with a shotgun one, so it could be a wide blast area.
I've seen the ones that are I mean, anyway.
So what if one of these fools next to her would just throw a rock at one of the cops or a bottle at one of the cops? I guess that's my point there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they should shoot them. Not the lady with their back to them doing a news report. If he's that bad of a shot, maybe he needs to have.
I have a hard
his
time
bullet gun
criticizing.
taken
I
away.
mean, I just based on that one angle, I have a hard time criticizing that officer for that because these things are chaotic and a lot can happen. I mean, I got shot one night as an undercover and the guy was climbing a fence and I said, dude, you're coming down the fence. I have video of it. And next thing you know, we're both shot and it was kind of funny. And I said, hey, get down off that fence. We wouldn't get shot. But yeah, I mean, look, there's people like getting ready to throw shit. I don't know.
They're all
masked up
to
too.
me.
Oh, Australians are mad, huh?
Deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them through the heart of LA.
She's pointing where they're pushing the protesters, but
Karma thinks he did it on purpose too.
Yeah.
I think he did it on purpose.
Well,
but you look at the comments from some of our former colleagues, and they all think it's funny and it's great that the police shoot a reporter because the reporters are the enemy.
oh well, those guys are fucking fools.
Yeah,
and those are the guys that never wrote good reports and never did good arrests, and they're all just fake macho, little men. I was watching Scott Galloway talk with the other day, and he just ripped into Piers Morgan, and it was just so funny because he just described what little men are. And little men are the guys that idolize Trump at this point. That's really what they are.
Yeah.
So all those cops out there that we used to work with, you're small little men, scared. You escape to where you moved to with your big California pension, and now you talk shit because that's all you can do. So anyway, that's just my point.
No,
anyway, I think she knows the risks. She needs to get out of there. He's probably aiming at that guy with the Palestine flag.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, what else happening?
I don't know.
Oh,
What's up, Nick?
There's also a story, Mark. If we want to move on, there's a story of the DoorDash driver who went back to he was not happy with his tip that the little girl the daughter had ordered some food and put the tip on the app, but this guy wanted a tip in cash.
Okay,
and apparently it was from the day before.
Yes, from the day before.
Whoever narrated the story has the sexiest frigging voice I've ever heard.
What you're watching this video is a DoorDash delivery guy shows up to this house. This grandfather's in there having breakfast with his daughter and grandchildren. He ends up disarming this DoorDash guy, ends up emptying the gun, taking the bullets out. And this guy was demanding a tip from a delivery that he did the day before. This guy sent him packing, called the police caught up to him, and guess what? He's arrested.
What? Oh, wait, one more time.
What you're watching this video is a DoorDash delivery guy shows up to this house. This grandfather's in there having breakfast with his daughter and grandchildren. He ends up disarming this DoorDash guy, ends up emptying the gun, taking the bullets out. And this guy was demanding a tip from a delivery that he did the day before. This guy sent him packing, called the police caught up to him, and guess what? He's arrested.
That guy, the guy in the hat,
this video is
the guy in the hat looks like some dudes we go to wineries with.
Yeah, I know. He's the DoorDash guy. So the original story, because I had to vet this one because I was really confused. The original story I saw, it was flipped around because the other guy looks like the aggressor. I thought it was the grandpa. I thought it was the old guy was being picked on, right? And then so I read a few more stories on it, looked it up and checked it out, and I go, okay, that's what happened. And apparently this dude's drunk, I guess, too. So they arrested him.
The grandpa or DoorDash guy?
The delivery guy, yeah, the DoorDash guy.
Wow.
Yeah, the police. This is one of those any fool can carry a state gun. Any fool can carry a gun state.
Hey, speaking of drink, Steve, what are you doing?
And they arrested him for DUI and assault. But
I mean, the next day and demand
Well, he wanted more money. He wasn't happy with the tip that the
want
girl
more
had
money
put
too.
on the app. He
want
wanted
more money.
his tip in cash.
Yeah.
All right, so I have this one here. Nashville police release video of officer fatally shooting man on Hermitage Avenue.
Yeah,
Which one am I supposed to show?
that's a very pretty shocking, disturbing video, Mark. Have to warn our
The
viewers.
first one or the bottom one? Which one did I do?
Use either one of them are pretty disturbing.
Wow. Okay. We'll see if I can make this work. What happened here?
Which story is this, Steve?
This is the Phoenix police officer who stopped. He stopped this guy who's really looks like a weightlifter, and I kind of suspect, in my opinion, kind of looks like might be a little case of road rage. Not road rage, but roid rage.
Roid rage.
Yeah.
No. This is the one where the officer was trying to stop this guy from walking, I thought.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is a different story. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, start over.
What is you're going to want to do on this.
Okay.
Fast forward.
Yeah. Stop it for a minute, Mark.
Oh, well, we'll just talk over what's going on here. Then I'll move it to the good part. So
okay. Well, on this story here,
Carmen, take 3. Here we go. 2, 3, 1, go.
Yeah, Nashville police get a 911 call of a suspicious man walking down the street holding a gun, and that he doesn't look right. According to the 911 caller, he looks like he's mentally having a mental episode, and the police officer spots the suspicious person and tries to stop him, and the guy is not going. He's not going along with the program.
He tells him over and over and over to drop the gun. He's following up. And this goes on for a long time. And I still never saw his Phil show up. But he keeps going. He keeps telling this guy. And then finally, he ends up driving ahead of the guy a little bit, telling another citizen, hey, get out of here. He's telling this guy to run away.
Stop. Go back. Go.
And watch this guy boogie, man. Watch how fast this guy starts running. And when he sees what's coming at him, he sees the guy, the great crazy guy with the gun, and he's like, "Yeah, I think I should leave." So they'll switch to the body cam in a minute. Look at that guy go, man! Look at him. Woo!
He's pointing the gun at the officer.
Why hasn't he shot him yet?
And he's leaving his cover.
Here's the question.
He's out in the open.
Why didn't he shoot him when the gun was pointing back at him?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know this is.
Well, now it's legit. I don't mean to laugh, but I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This is another case of a state that any fool can carry a gun state.
But you can't smoke in the car.
Stop. Go back. Go.
Poor kid just pointing his ice coffee. It's bad for the officer.
Drop the gun. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. Metro Police, drop the gun. Metro Police, drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Metro Police, drop the gun! Metro Police, drop the gun! Metro Police, drop the gun! Drop the gun!
Crap.
Drop
Now
the
he turns
gun!
around.
580. Shots fired.
Did the suspect die?
He did, and they don't know who the suspect is because he was carrying no ID as of this afternoon when I was doing my research on it.
Then, huh?
They didn't know they still didn't know who he was. And that I had called Steve to ask him what he knew about the case, because I was trying to look into it, and he said the same thing. They hadn't put out, but they, at the end of that, they do show the weapon on the ground. It's got a big old extended magazine hanging out of it as well. And you know, was it a suicide by cop? I don't know. If you watch the whole thing, that officer follows the guy for a long time in the car. And Steve and I both we both asked each other the same thing. Like, he left his cover. He got out of the car. He left his cover to confront the guy. And I just said, you know, I think sometimes maybe police work with when I worked as a police officer and Steve worked as a police officer, if you got a gun walking down the street like that, you are a threat. You are a danger. And if you're not following and then you turn around and point the gun, you shoot. But I mean, this is one of those states, like Steve says, any fool can carry a gun state. So I don't know. Do they, you know, so what is he going to say? I'm standing my ground. I don't have to stop. I don't have to talk to you. I don't know. I think it's really hard to do your job when everybody's walking around packing like that. But, you know,
and if you listen to the 911 caller, he's a Second Amendment nut. Because he even says that when he's calling the 911 caller, he says, "Well, I believe in the Second Amendment and everything, but this guy just don't look right, you know." And
yeah.
So, you know,
what is it you always say, Steve? The Second Amendment wasn't etched in.
Yeah, it was. Moses didn't bring it down off the mountain. Okay,
I'm sure
the Second Amendment, Mark, was written by people who didn't know what germs were. Okay, I mean, it was not one of the 10 commandments. Okay, it's ridiculous that this
yeah.
I'm sure he passed a 15-day waiting period and a full mental check before he was able to buy that gun.
Absolutely.
That's all I asked for. I'll keep the Second Amendment. Just make everyone wait 15 days.
It's just allegiance to the Second Amendment, like it came down off the mountain with Moses. Mark, it's just I can't wrap my head around it.
So, Steve, when you watched the whole video, I mean, it went on and on. Did you not wonder, like, where's his closest fill coming from? I mean, I was like going. It seemed like nobody.
For our non Santa Clara County viewers, a fill is a backup. Is a
Santa Clara County
term for a backup officer.
Yeah, where's your backup officer? So they could have coordinated maybe and try. I mean, they could have tried something different. But how'd you?
Fill's a term used nationwide, guys.
Yeah. How'd you like that one guy, though?
Don't you watch Real PD or Live PD or whatever? Come on now.
I don't watch that crap. But what I like, though, is, and we've all experienced.
Did you watch Cops back in the day? They always say, "Where's my fill?"
Never watched it. Did you like the part? And we've all experienced this, right?
You tell somebody,
you're standing there with your gun out, and you tell somebody, go, and they want to ask you questions. It's like, no, this isn't question and answer period. I'm telling you, go, get out of here. And the guy's slowing down. He's still looking like he's waiting, like he wants the cop to justify why I can't walk that way. And then you see the look on his face when he sees the guy walking towards him with a gun. Right. And he's like, boom! You look like Wile E. Coyote at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there where I'm sitting there with my gun out, hiding behind a tree, and people come out, "Hey, officer, what's going on? I'm busy right now. Can you please go back indoors? Well, can you give me a little information on what's happening, right now? And, I live here and I've lived here for 20 years. And you're like going, man, I am like really busy right now. But human nature, I guess.
Now, this is where you can make its own video right here at this starting point here, Scott, right here. Okay. I want to address something that I just heard. Scott Castrita, you've never watched the TV show Cops before?
Nope.
Steve, you watch Cops, right?
No.
I
get, you know what, Mark? I get frustrated at the procedures or lack of procedures or
That's
improper
what happened to me.
procedures.
I watched.
I tried
turned it
watching
One
on.
at a time. One at a time.
I
Go-
tried
one at a
watching
time.
the true stories of the Highway Patrol, and they were making heroes of these officers who were made horrible officer safety mistakes
real
that got them into the shooting.
But
That's
really
and
cops
it
are
just
Superman.
it just
They're
it,
not.
dro-
And
it
they're
just
not
drove me up the
superior
wall.
details.
What's
It's
that?
okay. It's okay though, because that's real life. That's real life.
No, Mark.
That
No,
is
because
no,
it
it's
makes,
real
because
life.
it
It's real
makes
life.
it
People
makes
suffer
us
all
all
the
look
time.
bad.
I
Oh,
was
too bad. Too
embarrassed.
bad.
When I
Get
watched-
over it, man. It's like that's real life. You gotta
When
let
I
people know what
watched
real
some-
life is.
I watched
That's
some
why
of
they're
those-
questioning us. That's what, because if we all look good all the time, then they wouldn't be able to explain these ones that go bad that they get prosecuted for. It's okay. It's okay. How about how about the Live PD and Salinas? Those
So
ones
I've
that
never
got canceled.
hang on.
No?
I've
Those
never
are great.
actually, Mark. I've never sat down. I never watched the show, but I would tune in and I would see like a segment of it, and I was like, "Are you kidding?" Their officer safety sucked.
Terrible.
The way the way, I mean, everything about what they were, and I'm like going,
handcuffing people in the front.
That's
I
different
mean-
procedure. What I mean, what? No, that's
If they-
okay.
if they
That's
handcuff
something
them
to be
at all.
discussed.
and that's why most of those shows were filmed in these flyover states and
This
welfare
is great.
states.
This is amazing. This is awesome. Okay.
That's where most of those shows were filmed, right? And
Well,
matter of fact, they
California had a lot of the early shows on there, including the
No,
Highway
they-
Patrol one and stuff like
Joe
that too.
McNamara
Joe Mac
refused.
told no.
Joe McNamara.
Oh yeah, he
refused
was
to let
the
them
God.
lie
He
to
was
us.
God's savior of law enforcement, wasn't he?
A little bit.
Well, hey, you guys. Oh, I see what this is. This is a San Jose PD thing. Hey, who's got the best academy in the state?
San Jose.
Oh, really? What academy did you go to? What academy did you go to, Steve? What academy did you go to, Steve?
Well, actually, I went to the SO Academy.
Right, exactly. So you missed out on that good training, guys. Come
But-
on, I get
but
you love your department. I get you.
keep
I get you love your department. Don't get me wrong. Everyone thinks their shit's the best. I get that.
Yeah.
But look, this is, if anything, Cops is a great training videos
Of what not to do.
because you know what they show at police academies? They show scenes from cops to show what to do and what not to do. It's
Pretty
great
much
for the
what
public.
not to do. For the
Well,
most part.
no, that's, you guys haven't watched enough of it. You really haven't, because
Maybe
most
that's
of these
it.
guys are out there, and most of these guys, Steven, you should know this. These guys are just deputies out there by themselves half the time, just doing the job. And it doesn't always go perfect. Nothing goes perfect. Things
Oh,
are
of
going to
course not.
happen. So it's okay to show things in a and when things go right, because it's real. And anything else is just less transparent. That's my belief on it. I'm shocked. I thought you guys, oh yeah, that guy's fucked up. We laugh about that guy. That's screwed up. Why would he do that? That's like we're doing right now. You know, and like me, like, why didn't you shoot that guy? Right. But wow, I remember doing a hit and run follow-up in San Jose in uniform. And I showed up at some apartment complex, you know, and it was 2-story and the gated, it was a hot night. And I had to go talk to somebody, and I go to the apartment complex and the door is open, the screen's shut. And I turn around, the guy doesn't see me walk up the door, and he's watching Cops, and he's sitting there, his back's to me, and I can see his TV, and I'm watching Cops. I'm watching Cops through his door over his shoulder. And we're watching the scene. I go, oh, I love this one. This is the one with the dude. And the guy goes, he turns on and sees me, he goes, yeah, you've seen this before too. And I go, yeah.
Hey, Mark, I can top that one. I'm not that
No,
guy
I'm just
goes
saying,
on
I'm just
topping.
saying it was a
But let me-
phenomenon. It was awesome.
Let me tell you, I'm at a 415 family, husband.
And anyone
wife
ever says they
just-
can top you, hey guys, anyone that
I
says
know,
they can top you,
I
you got to
can't-
be wary of it. Okay, first
Yeah.
of all.
Okay. So I go to a 415 domestic violence, husband and wife just going at it. They hate each other. They're just like really, they're arguing, and my Phil's there, and we're trying to calm them down, and you know, we got to separate them and all that. And then all of a sudden the guy turns around and he goes, "Hey, that's you." They had Fugitive walk, and I was on the TV screen, and I go, "That is me." I go, "That is me."
So
And-
if it's
and
about you
suddenly-
guys, it's okay, but anybody else is not
Yeah.
good.
Well, no, but it stopped the fighting because now they were more interested in the fact that the guy on TV is in their house trying to mediate their marriage problems. And so that was funny. I did.
Oh, I thought
enjoy
you were on
that.
Cops. No, you're on Fugitive Watch. You're on Fugitive Watch. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh no, I loved it. And then then Real PD came out, and they got and whatever it's called, Live PD or something like that. That was a little different take on it with the live cameras. They were in Salinas a lot. Salinas, if you guys remember, 5 or 6 years ago now, Salinas didn't like the city council, the very left side of the city council at Salinas did not like the bad image that Salinas was getting from being on Live PD all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they got him off the show. But there was a couple officers there that were really good looking that had like these huge Instagram followings because people like tuning in to watch him every week.
Joe Mack, he refused. He said, absolutely not. Cops will not come to San Jose because he didn't.
Because he knew that you guys would do a bunch of illegal shit, beating people, and they didn't want it on camera.
Well, no,
it really is. Pulling
So
your saps out and beating them raw.
Well,
That's why.
Mark, go ahead and laugh. But do you remember what happened, Steve? There was a big
the guy gets taken
investigation.
Seriously.
When cops fell apart and it was what they weren't going out and doing that, somebody had the blooper reels. They kept all the stuff that they did that they told them that they weren't allowed to show on TV. Somebody absconded with all that footage, and that turned into a poop show for a while. I don't
do illegal shit. I don't know what to say.
They were filming them on the after hours drinking and things like that.
It's a dynamic situation. Nothing's going to go by the book. If you think it's going to go by the book, that's kind of silly. So it's reality. It's reality TV, and it's wow. No, I came out in the 80s and
I never watched America's. I think I watched one episode of America's Most Wanted.
That came out when I was in college in 87.
And I thought it was
86, 87. Yeah.
I kind of thought it was boring because I had to watch the whole show to see who the bad guy was at the end.
They got the thing. I think did he just come back on something else?
He's doing.
No, he and his son are doing one now. I think.
Yeah. He's doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
they tried to shut us down a couple times, but that's another story.
I've heard all those stories.
They sued us.
Yeah, run up the Phoenix PD story.
Yeah,
Mark.
okay. Let me find that here. Talk amongst yourselves. I find that one. Phoenix PD. I've got criminal corrected TV story. Oh no, I got one queued up already, guys. Sorry. We'll talk about this one.
All right.
You guys are gonna love. Oh man, this one's gonna set you guys off.
I
don't know if you can handle it. This is going to be bad.
Is it when the CHP
involves your president? It involves your guy. It involves your dude.
President Trump tonight issuing pardons to 2 reality TV stars, Todd and Julie Chrisley, known for their hit show Chrisley Knows Best. They were convicted of defrauding banks out of tens of millions of dollars. Both Chrisleys convicted back in 2022 and still had several years left on their prison sentences. A White House staffer posting video from the moment Trump called their children to tell them the news.
Give them my regards and wish them a good life.
Mr. President.
Yes. How are you?
I just want to say thank you for bringing my parents back.
Yeah, well, they were given a pretty harsh treatment based on what I'm hearing. Pretty harsh treatment.
Yes, sir.
Trump's pardon comes after the Chrisley's daughter, Savannah, who you heard in that video, made an appearance on a Fox News show hosted by Trump's daughter-in-law.
Carmen used to watch that show.
Laura Trump. Senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez joins us now from the North Lawn. Gabe, what do we know about why Trump decided to grant this pardon?
Yeah, I want to know.
How else? And you just saw that video posted by one of his aides. You know, he was speaking with his children, their children rather, by phone from the Oval Office. Now, in that video, he said that this should never have happened to the Chrisleys, that they were given pretty harsh treatment, as you just heard. And look, a jury found the couple guilty of fraud, including charges related to a tax evasion scheme that went on for years. Now, investigators accused the couple of submitting false documents to request bank loans and using a production company.
That sounds familiar.
So
sounds
Hunter,
really
Hunter
familiar.
Biden's gone to jail then for his tax stuff or something like that. What I'm hearing here.
So they were lying on their taxes and inflating. Boy, that just sounds real. Who do we know that was convicted?
Fraudsters love Donald Trump. Fraudsters love him. All the fraudsters I investigate fraudsters living, they've all voted for Trump. All these people I investigate and people I'm related to.
income
here's
from the IRS. Now, President Trump has
He
repeatedly
loves them back.
railed against what he calls the weaponization of the justice system. He sees himself as being targeted because of his fame. He's said that before. And it was just a few months ago that he pardoned former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, who'd been serving time for public corruption. So late today, Allison, the White House said the president always is pleased to give well-deserving Americans a second chance, especially those who have been unfairly targeted and overly prosecuted by an unjust justice system, he wrote.
It's almost, if it wasn't so sad, it's you can't, you want to laugh, but you go, what am I laughing? So here's something I found out that I not everybody knows. I'm sure some people know about this. Now I sound like Trump. Right, people don't know this. That's only because you didn't know. I did not know that when somebody is pardoned, for example, these mopes have to pay back like $30 million, right, after they lost a case. That is all forgiven. They don't have to pay that back. Like the council lady that stole that money for the fallen officers. She was supposed to do the memorial for.
The one.
And he pardoned her. She was supposed to pay the $70,000 back, but because of the pardon, she doesn't have to pay the $70,000 back.
Yeah.
All those insurrectionists, those people that stormed the Capitol, beat the cops with the American flag and the Blue Lives flag, and beat up cops that were pardoned. They all had fines associated. Those are all gone. Those are all waived. So that means that's a lot of that money is supposed to go back to the taxpayers. It should go back to pay for all the money spent to put them. But some of that money goes back is supposed to go back to the victims who they victimized. And I think the number was astronomical. It was in the billions of just all the people that because most of the people he pardoned were other than all the insurrectionists, most of them are scam artists that end up owing a bunch of money, and now they don't have to pay it back.
Millions and millions of dollars.
Now they don't have to pay it back. And I didn't know. Did you know that, Mark? Did you know that when you get pardoned, that means you don't have to pay it back?
I don't have those issues, but maybe some people I know do. I don't know. No, it sounds about right though. What else? I mean, at this point, hey. They should have. Okay, I'm not a Democrat. Biden should have dropped out midway and let the election process work itself and then do it right. Maybe they would have won. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey,
I voted for Kamala Harris. I voted for Kamala Harris, but really the Democrat Party really screwed themselves with all this going on. They lost this election by not doing what they should have done. They lost this election by not doing. I'm not victim. I'm victim. Yeah, you're victim blaming who? Me? I'm a victim.
She shouldn't have worn that dress, or she wouldn't have got raped.
No, it's not. Hey, I'm not. Kamala Harris
worn that dress. She wouldn't have got raped.
That's not what I'm saying. Don't gaslight me. That's not what I'm saying.
That's exactly
what I'm saying. No. What I'm saying is they should have done the primary like they should have a convention and pick someone. 80 days, 90 days, whatever. It used to be happen all the time back in the day. The country, if they would have vetted her properly, and maybe she would have still got it, the country would have felt better about it, but they will use that against it. And the fact that Biden, nice as he is, I prefer him over what we got now. I would vote for him again if it was the two of them again. What I'm saying, even as bad as he is, I'm just saying he should have dropped out. It become vanity takes over these people, and they just, I'm the only one that can save America. That's bullshit.
Let's talk about the crime that we can do something about, because we can't do nothing about that crap.
That's true.
There ain't nothing we can do about that stuff.
You got that? You got that? Phoenix.
Which one you want me to do?
The Phoenix story, Mark, please.
Well, I don't know which one's which. So how far down was it?
It should be right. It should be near the top. Let me look here. Hang on. Let me look here real quick.
Prosecutor Patrick Swiggs. Philadelphia.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I not put it in there?
Well, let's pick one.
I'm sorry, Mark. I didn't. I must have missed it. I didn't put it in there.
Is it on fugitive.com?
Yes, it is.
Well, let's pick a story, guys.
No, let's just sit here. No one's watching anyway. So let's just wait and see. And then you can make shorts out of it.
Or you,
Eastside Tony, type something funny because we need a distraction.
You left a long time ago.
Or you could just scroll down, Mark, and you can do the story of the Edmond police release video. Officer Caleb Hodman allegedly attacked.
Well, I was just going down in order. These things on here.
Yeah.
This is former federal prosecutor Patrick Scruggs.
Oh, that's a good one. Do that one.
That's what I'm gonna do. I think I already did it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I already have it queued up. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. We're gonna go here. You guys are funny.
We're losing viewers.
Oh God. We're not talking about fugitives. So why would they watch? Okay.
Thanks, Stacey. A former federal prosecutors will now have to go to trial. He faces charges over a stabbing incident on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Today, a Pinellas County judge rejected a stand-your-ground defense of Patrick Scruggs. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson reports that the former prosecutor is now facing serious felony charges.
Former prosecutor Patrick Scruggs claims he was justified in his actions and had no obligation to retreat the day he repeatedly stabbed a man on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Today, a Pinellas County judge rejected those claims and ordered him to trial. There are multiple videos from September 26, 2023, showing Patrick Scruggs repeatedly stabbing a man after a minor traffic accident on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Several witnesses say Scruggs looked enraged when he used a knife to break out a driver's window and then stab him.
Saw the knife in his hand, and I said, oh my gosh, he's got a knife in his hand. He's stabbing that person. That's what's happening. And it just made me just absolutely sick.
On the stand, Scruggs testified he saw a passed out driver who he thought was attempting to leave the scene. So he says he did what he had to do to stop him.
I was just trying to get him to either turn off the engine and get out of the car or just get out of the car on his own.
But today, Judge Keith Meyer rejected the defense of stand your ground under Florida law. The judge saying in part, based on the circumstances as they appeared to the defendant, a reasonable and prudent person would not have used the same force as the defendant used.
I don't know. It sounds pretty sound to me.
Yeah, that's definitely a road rage little problem there for little piggy there, you know.
And he's a prosecutor?
A former federal prosecutor. Yeah, he stabbed that guy multiple times.
He's a former federal Okay, so I'd love to know the backstory why he's former, because he's a little young to be former. I mean, unless he's in between. You know, he's in between jobs.
I just emailed you and Scott the Phoenix story, Mark, if you want to.
Oh, okay. Let me,
yeah, he's a former federal prosecutor. Tried to use the stand your ground defense, and the judge wasn't buying it.
Yeah, what ground was he standing?
Exactly.
I mean, what that? Yeah, I just didn't want him to leave, so I just thought I would stab him multiple times. Then if he bled out, then I know he can't get up and walk away.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed logical. I mean, pretty solid. Stick with that defense.
Yeah. See how far that gets you.
All right, let's see. Let's take a look at this, see what we can do here. Okay, here we go.
Turned violent over the weekend as a man fought the officer and grabbed for his gun.
The officer ended up shooting this guy in the street near 25th Street and Cactus. Derek Stahl's in our newsroom. We know the suspect's out of the hospital. Derek, what more are we learning about how the whole thing unfolded?
Well, police have identified the suspect as 46-year-old Sam Perrone, and in these new court documents, we learned that officers pulled Perrone over for a traffic violation, and when he stopped his car, he got out of his vehicle and right away was ready for a fight. Part of this incident was captured on a neighbor's cell phone video, and you can see Perrone there in the light-colored tank top struggling with the officer. Investigators say Perone punched the officer in the head, pinned him up against the patrol vehicle, kneed him in the head and groin multiple times, and also went for his gun. Let's play it one more time because there's another aspect of this incident I want to point out. Coming from the right-hand part of the screen, you can see another man. That's a witness who came in to help subdue the suspect there, help the officer.
Yeah, now you're going to see the body cam video.
Take a look at the video closely. I want to show it to
very
you.
disturbing.
Police say Perone went for the officer's gun 3 separate times. When the officer was able to finally pull out the weapon from his holster, the documents say the magazine fell out, leaving just 1 bullet in the chamber. The officer
we talked about this, and Tony chimed in on this too about some guns can fire with one of the chambers, some
can't. We spoke with the neighbor who recorded the video. He says he started filming
with magazine in versus magazine out.
The guy just kind of like launched on it.
Yeah, if you go to the other video, Mark, you'll see the body cam version
Perone
of
was
it.
treated for the gunshot wound to his leg. He was released from the hospital and
very
taken to police headquarters. He's now facing 2 counts of aggravated assault. In the newsroom, I'm Derek Stahl.
Guys, I think what we're going to start doing is we're talking shop here, folks, live on our screen.
Tonight, Apache Junction.
Instead of the Fugitive links, do me a favor. Send me a direct link to the YouTube story you want me to show, because that way I can just queue that up and then without having to do that.
Okay.
So if you want, just click through your website to the YouTube page, send me the URL to the YouTube, and that would be easier. And then we'll show the Fugitive thing. We'll show the Fugitive page too, but
can you show the other video of the body cam or no?
Yeah, I got to figure it out though. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy, if you...
is there another video on the that's the only one I see on your page.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What the hell did I do, Mark?
I don't know, man. Sometimes you do this stuff late at night. You're tired. You're sleepy.
Oh, my goodness.
Send me text messages and emails at 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm like, man, dude.
I get an email from Steve at like 7 in the morning. I go, he's been up all night.
He has been. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Because I know he didn't get up this early.
No.
I wouldn't get up that early either. Fully retired, I wouldn't get up that early either.
Anyway, yeah, we did talk about that last week, and that was the one we were talking about when he the magazine ejected. But he had one round left in the chamber.
Yeah. You might have poor Tony and Carmen. Let's see. That's not the two. Yeah,
we're gonna lose viewers, bro.
What? All 2 of them?
No, I'm
Again, this is more to make the shorts out of, not so much that we're doing a big live stream here. We're just recording our
here, Mark. Here, I'm going to send you the video,
Okay.
Mark,
All
right now.
All right.
Stand by.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I want to hear this rant about how much we hate the administration. All right, so.
Okay, here, it's coming to you, Mark.
All right.
Well, I know, man, that you two are like deep into
Okay, Mark, it's on its way.
Be careful what website you're sending me, Steve.
Hey, Tony, if you're still there, we're sorry, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is like, wow, look at this. Yeah, I see this now. Okay, good job. Okay, that's good. All right. Give me a second here. Let me fix this.
Yeah, I just want to warn the viewers. It's a very disturbing video.
All right. It was all serious now. Let's see what's going on here and what's happening. Set up again for us here.
Yeah, the officer just makes a routine traffic stop on this guy.
Oh, he's a big boy.
You're the one that's going out yelling at me, doing whatever. I get behind you.
I wasn't yelling at you.
There's a speed limit down Cactus.
I
Do you know
wasn't
what the
going
speed limit
past
is?
it, but I was trying to
Do you
get
know what the
behind
speed
you.
limit is? 35, 40
It
miles.
is 40. You were traveling 30. You need to be at 40.
That lady right there was just going so
Oh,
slow.
calm
You couldn't
down.
go around her to get
Be a
to me.
man
girl.
and
You ain't
take
gonna
your
Yeah, you
punishment.
go around her and then you stop again. What is your problem with it?
No,
You
I did not
obviously want
stop
my
again.
attention.
I did not
What-
stop
What do you
again.
need?
I did not
What
stop.
do you need?
Why are you following me, motherfucker?
I am not following you.
Yeah, you fucking are.
Give me your driver's
Oh,
license.
Fuck you.
Give me your driver's
Fuck
license.
you.
Give
that
me
is
your driver's
roid
license.
rage.
Do you have
Fuck,
any
what
weapons?
did you pull me
That's
over?
what I'm
Joe Rogan
suspecting
fan.
in my humble
fucking did.
opinion.
Yes, I did.
No, you
This
fucking did.
this guy watches
No, you
Rogan,
fucking
man.
I
did.
already told you.
Motherfucker,
Already
this is
told you.
illegal.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. Fuck
No,
you.
it
I
is
ain't
not.
giving you
Give me
shit.
your driver's
Get your
license.
fucking
Boy, those
superior
veins
here
are
right now.
popping.
For what?
Get your fucking
Give me your
superior here, you
driver's
fucking
license.
funk.
Give me your driver's license.
Back the fuck up.
Give me
Get
your
your
driver's
superior.
license.
Fuck you. Get your superior.
God, these men need drugs to look like that?
superior.
Really?
Fuck
That is
you.
so unmanly.
Because you're fucking pulling me
That
over.
looks like it's-
fucking with me for no reason.
Nope, I already told you. You
You're
were
a
driving
punk
under the
ass
speed
bitch.
limit.
Just
Sir, there's
tase
no
him.
DTO. I need your driver's license.
No, go get a superior.
He's
you
on
just
his way.
fucking
He's on
tracked
his
me
way.
down.
He's on
stopped
his way.
me, sat back
He is
there.
on his way.
Did you not just sit back
He is on
there?
his way.
Did you not
Sir.
just
I
fucking
sure
sit
hope that
back there?
officer called for a backup.
I don't
right
give
now.
a fuck what ass
says
we
it's
had
too
you
bad.
do.
He's on his
Registered
way.
on your plate.
Fuck
You need
your
to
mother,
relax.
fucking asshole.
I need to see your driver's
Fuck
license,
you.
please.
Fuck you.
This-
Fuck you.
this is a traffic
Fuck you.
stop.
Get your
Why are they
motherfucking
blocking his
superior.
face?
I know
He's
the
on his
fucking
way.
law.
You want him to magically pop up? He is on his way.
Fuck your
I
fuck-
called
I will
for
get the
him.
fucking
He's on
license
his
when he
way. I
fucking
need your
gets
driver's
here.
license.
He wants Mother
Do you have any
Superior.
weapons in the car?
Oh, and then he just lets
Why,
him lean in.
why he let him
Oh,
reach
look at
back?
his
Why he
rage.
let him reach in the
You're
car?
illegal as fuck right now, kid, and you know
How?
you are.
He's
How is this
raging.
illegal?
Tracking me down,
He lets
stalking
him
me,
reach
you
into
little
the car.
fucking turd.
He could have pulled out a gun.
Dick's all
And I-
tiny and shit, and everybody knows.
Nice.
Oh no.
Just the unhappy traffic stop.
What the fuck? You
He's
just
on his
passed a
way.
lady going fucking 0 miles an
Sir, are you
hour.
gonna provide your driver's
He should have been
Fuck
tased a
you,
long
bitch.
time ago.
Get your superior.
license? Okay. You need to identify yourself with a driver's
My name
license.
is fucking Sam fucking Perone.
What is your birthday?
E.
What is your birthday?
What's your birthday?
Thank God he didn't have a gun in the
Fuck
car.
you. You don't
I
need
need
to
to
know my
identify
shit.
you.
What did you pull me over for?
I
Why did
already
you stop?
told you.
Why did
Wow.
you stop, you little punk ass bitch? Why did you stop?
Because
Park
I saw
there.
you stop.
Park
You
there.
exited, and you
Then
threw
why
your
didn't you
hands up
stop
at me.
then?
I was
Why
waiting
didn't
for you
you
to pass
fucking
by
stop
so I
then?
was at the traffic stop.
You're fucking
He's really
scared.
losing it.
Sir, I need your driver's license.
Fuck your
please.
mother. Go get your goddamn superior.
Yeah, what?
Fuck
At
your
what?
mother,
he's-
bitch. Get out
Again,
of my face.
you have to
Fuck
wait
your
till
mother, bitch.
the
Get
guy
out of my
hits
face.
you before you do
Fuck
something.
you.
Please.
Shut up. There it is. There's my fucking
I'm not criticizing
mouth.
the
Fuck,
officer.
I ain't
I'm just
shit.
criticizing the state of affairs
Fuck, I ain't handing you
nowadays.
shit.
Sir,
I
give
think
me-
the
I ain't
officer's
handing
doing
you
a
shit.
good job of
Back
keeping
the
the
fuck
guy.
up.
I'm not
Yeah.
backing up.
Back the
He's
fuck
just trying to
up.
keep him talking, you know.
Do you have insurance?
Yeah.
Can I see it, please?
No, not until you fucking get a superior.
He's on his way.
You ain't doing shit. I want a lawyer
If you
for
want to
say
speed
another
this
fucking.
Then I would
up,
just
I
say,
need
you
to see
know,
your insurance.
Shut
okay.
your fucking pig mouth.
I need to see
All right,
your insurance,
bitch, get
please.
back.
I'm not getting
I'd
back.
be
I'm gonna
calling
see-
code 3 by now.
Well, I mean, I don't know what I said the superior's on the way, but it would say definitely, okay, just sit there. My boss is on the way. You can talk to him or her when he gets here, and then start talking about the weather or something like that. Try to distract him, I guess, but keep it asking for his ID. Obviously, the guy's enraged.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
not-
think at that point, I don't think I'd be asking those questions. I'd be just like, hey man, everything's going to be okay. We'll get it.
So is
sorted
this
out.
officer
You
is by
can make
himself?
a big complaint to my
Yeah,
sergeant.
the
Tell
officer's
him what
by
I think I am.
himself. You're just, and then in a minute here, you'll see the guy just attack the officer.
Your insurance, please.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
It was just a matter of time. It was going to
Yeah.
happen.
Fuck you.
Were you failing to
Fuck
provide
you.
your
You're
insurance?
failing to fucking follow the law, sir. This is illegal.
I
What you're
already explained
This
to
is
you.
fucking illegal
Leave
what
it
you're
with it.
fucking
Back up.
doing. You back the fuck
I'm
up.
not backing
You
up.
back the fuck up. I ain't backing the fuck
Back
up.
up.
I ain't
Okay.
backing the fuck up.
Ooh, man.
You fucking
That
grab
is
that
what-
shit, motherfucker.
I am not.
That's
grabbing
what we
you.
Yeah,
refer to
little
as a
fucking
combative
punk.
stance.
Little
up.
fucking punk.
Sir.
Fuck
There's
you.
a little violation of
Fuck
personal
off.
space too, isn't
Get
it?
your fucking hands off me. I need to know you in here.
No, you're not.
He didn't call for one already?
Sir, back up. Back up.
You back the fuck up.
Back up.
You back
Dude,
the fuck
back
up.
up.
Get your fucking hand
Stop.
off me.
You cannot touch me.
You
Stop.
should not fucking
Back
touch
up.
me.
I told you to back up.
Guy does not like authority.
Dude, please,
Again?
please stop.
Again?
Please stop
Stay
walking
by your
up on me.
car.
I'm in my goddamn
Back
car.
up. Back up.
Oh, nice. All right, come on, bitch.
Step it up. We're fighting.
Come on. Come on.
Why is it taking so long?
Yeah. Come on. Come on with it. 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 Come on.
Is this when the citizen comes to help him?
Yeah. That's where the citizen comes to help him.
Thank God.
Thank God. My God.
See, if the officer had shot this guy, the headlines would say, "Police shoot unarmed man." I'm sorry, that guy doesn't qualify as unarmed.
So he shot him there, right?
Yeah, he shot him in the leg.
God, thank God. So who is this guy?
Something Perone, I think. Was
That's right. He said his name, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, my knuckles
has
are
a
all
question
white
about
right
that.
now just watching this.
Carmen had a question.
You know what? Eastside Tony asked, why wasn't the taser out? I'm wondering, did he have a taser? Maybe not all departments have them, right?
Yeah,
Or
you know,
there's
San Francisco
what?
PD, did they finally get them? Their city council, the supervisor would not let San Francisco PD have tasers for a long time. And it was so wrong. So wrong. That's where
I think
far
Berkeley
side
too.
politics, the other side ruins a police force, right? So yeah.
I mean, me, I would have tased the guy long before that. As soon as he took the proverbial combative stance, right?
Or pepper spray, or
yeah. I hate pepper spray though because it ends up getting on me. I'd rather tase.
but if that's all you have,
man, remember you can just break your
Is
sap out
pepper
and feed
spray?
'em?
Wait a minute. Is pepper spray flammable? If you pepper spray them, the taste. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I don't
that
know.
My partner to
could-
mess with me put pepper spray down the air conditioning vents of the patrol car once. I mean, that's
yeah. Well,
all right. Well, I want
we
to
worked
find out more
around, we
about
worked
this
with some of
dude.
those immature people.
Well,
too.
just thank God that
You
the
could
officer-
definitely
the officer
see-
survived that attack.
I'm gonna guess he was either on his way to the gym or just got back. I could see the veins in his arms. He was probably on his pre-workout stuff because I know how that is. And he was just ready to go, man. Nothing that officer was going to say.
Small
or
men,
do.
nobody wants to sleep with you when you look like that. I'm sorry. That's just a weird look.
I don't know. I couldn't see his
That's
face.
what I keep telling myself. That's what I keep telling myself.
This is small little men that got to roid up like that. It's always the little guys who the short ones. Oh man, this is too funny.
Yeah,
well, I hope the officer is okay.
Yeah.
And look, he's in it. The magazine cut popping out. I mean, at least he got the shot off and got the guy in the leg, right?
Thank God that there was a good citizen out there, a good Samaritan that jumped in because I think it distracted the guy long enough to the officer was able to
and we know there's
pull
people
off like that.
sides politically, probably people we disagree with a lot that still would have totally jumped in on that and helped out. So not everyone's evil, but it's good to see someone jumping in instead of just filming it.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's pick one more here.
Let's do the Oakland CHP pursuit there, Mark, please.
Okay, which pursuit is that?
That's the one. It's right below the picture of the guy all beat up with the bruises on his face. It's the story right below him.
Oh, we're talking about the guy who was the school teacher that was killed. That's kind of old. It's a couple weeks old now, right?
Right.
Okay. Old Henry Lee. I get it. All right, cool.
Yeah, this couple was just on the sidewalk when this car came careening straight towards them. Minutes after the CHP says their officers had stopped chasing the suspect. We should warn you, the videos you're about to see are disturbing. Surveillance video shows a stolen Infiniti G35 careening out of control at East 21st Street and 12th Avenue in Oakland, and then hitting a couple walking on the street. The impact killed the man, injured the woman, and sheared off a fire hydrant, sending water shooting into the air. Sarah Polk lives at the corner and was there as the injured woman went up to her front door, pleading for help.
She said, call quick. And we said, we already called 911, but they was already here.
That's because CHP officers had earlier been chasing the suspect, who refused to stop. This video shows CHP officers running after the suspect after the deadly crash. He was arrested.
I have mixed feeling Because if we keep letting them get away, you know, and they know ain't nobody gonna chase them, then they're gonna keep doing these things. But on the other hand, I'm very hurt.
The innocent man's death once again reinvigorating the debate over police chases in Oakland. Oakland officers are strictly limited as to when they can pursue suspects, but CHP officers have wider latitude.
Was it worth it to catch that car thief? I don't think so. I think that's just horrible.
Michael Eastwood also lives at the corner. He said he's concerned Governor Newsom wants Oakland police to relax their pursuit policies so that officers can chase under more circumstances.
It sounds like they want Oakland to do the same thing that their CHP officers did last night that resulted in the death of
CHP officers did not. They stopped chasing him.
I know this is one of these guys that has no clue what he's talking about. He probably
talking about
voted to the far left of the spectrum. And this is why we in the middle get a bad, because we may agree on some policies on the left, but we're tied to people like this. I have no friggin' clue what reality is. It's horrible what happened.
The CHP was not chasing him, Mark.
Right.
They had
Steve, I know. Okay. What I'm saying is that it is horrible what happened. The pursuit got called off, 17 to 18 seconds before. The guy's still running. If you use that, as you know, all you have to do is turn your lights on and someone runs and they can go kill somebody. So what the really goal is of people like this is, well, you shouldn't be allowed to turn your lights on because that's going to make people run. That's the real goal here.
Well, and that's why Oakland is virtually a failed state.
Again, we can get into why that is.
This man.
Not too long before the deadly crash.
I mean, we'll see what their new mayor is going to do. Not my first choice.
At East 21st Street and
hopefully
Park
she does
Boulevard.
a great job.
CHP officers were chasing the suspect at the time, but canceled the pursuit after that crash. William Duarte's wife was driving and suffered injuries to her neck and leg.
I understand they were doing their job, but when you're chasing somebody, you have to plan ahead because you don't know their actions.
Councilmember Charlene Wong, who represents the area, said the city is still working on fine-tuning its pursuit policy, balancing the need to arrest suspects while protecting the public.
I would say, of course, we have to be thoughtful. That's probably why we did have a police chase policy in part because there have been innocent bystanders that have been killed.
All over the state, all over the country.
Mark, now I've learned the suspect.
Part of law enforcement. It's part of law enforcement.
Oakland Police Department was one of the finest, one of the most renowned police departments in the country, and they have just been handcuffed completely. They have a police chief that they have to answer to, the officers. They have the city manager they have to answer to. They have a police commission they have to answer to. They have a federal oversight person they have to answer to, and they have a federal judge that they have to answer to. It's and that's why that city is a failed state.
And then on top of that, I mean, I might be exaggerating, but they got a new chief, every 6 months almost?
Yep.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Every time you turn on, it's another chief, and they're all interim, and none of them stay.
Steve, what the other side of that argument is, right? You know what it is.
What's that?
Why they're a failed state? Because they're too far to the left in their politics. That's why they're a failed state. That's what that argument's going to say.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Okay. I just want to be sure. I want to be sure. These are people that don't. These are politicians that didn't support their. These are politicians and past mayors that didn't really support the police to give them the powers they needed to do what they need to do. Police work is dirty. It's unpredictable. Cameras capture the good and bad. They shouldn't only capture the good. We should be able to see the bad so we can try to weed out mistakes. And all we can do now is make sure these guys all have cameras and they come up with a policy. But stuff like this is going to happen. But who's at fault here? The fucking crook in the stolen car is at fault.
Exactly.
He's the one at fault, not the highway patrol.
Exactly.
It's not the highway patrol's pursuit policy.
It's not the G35's fault.
Oh, well, kind of a little bit. Who would drive one, first of all?
And the downfall. This downfall.
Tesla would have avoided the fire hydrant.
Where they just emasculated the police department was after the Riders scandal, And
did those guys get off?
But that's been like 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
Did
And
those guys
and the city's still paying $1 million a year to a law firm to oversee the police department, every year. And the law firm says, well, they're not quite where they should be. We think we need to watch them another year. Give us another $1 million.
And I'm sure all those defense attorneys that sued the city used to be prosecutors at one point, but they went over the other side for more money. Hey, did they get hung jury or pardoned, or what happened to those officers? And one of them fled to Mexico, never came back, right?
Yeah, he hasn't been apprehended yet. He fled.
But are they even still prosecuted, or are they still? Do they?
Oh, that's been long over.
Because I worked with a guy who worked at Oakland, and he was telling me that those guys ended up not getting charged or something happened, but the one guy never came back from Mexico or whatever.
Yeah,
fled to Mexico like a little coward.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, we got a lot to say. Oakland's beautiful.
There was a reason the city paid for a study, and on the police department on their manpower needs, and the study says that they need 500 more police officers. It's just you're understaffed for this city and for the crime you have. And they're just, until they decide that they want to make that a priority, they're just going to continue to be a failed state.
Well,
poor Oakland.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I enjoyed myself there a lot. But okay, I guess that's it for today. What else is happening this week?
Not much on my end, brother.
All right, cool. We're gonna do Tuesdays.
Yeah,
Tuesdays, and next week we're gonna have all fugitives. Okay, it's gonna be only people that are wanted. We got
sounds good.
I was telling Steve, it's so sad because all these stories that we've been doing, and I go, Jesus, I think just in Florida alone, how many cops, chiefs, and sheriffs have been getting arrested in uniform from doing everything from pawning their guns to running gambling. I mean, it's like, I told Steve, I said, we literally could probably do a 3-hour show just on all of the disgraced police officers and police chiefs and sheriffs that are getting arrested. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, I recently posted at least 4 or 5 stories, Mark. 4 of the 5 were out of Florida. The Osceola County Sheriff was arrested by federal authorities for allegedly participating in a gambling operation. The Hialeah police, the former chief of police of Hialeah, Florida, which is the second largest city in Dade County, where Miami's at, was allegedly stealing money out of the police department budget. And then
who is the police chief that was in jail? The last show I think we talked, he escaped from
that
he got caught.
Yeah, that was they called him the Devil of the Ozarks. He was out of Arkansas. He only made it about 1.5 miles from the prison. They finally found him with a Border Patrol SWAT team hiding out. And then I posted 2 stories of Louisiana police officers who were pawning at pawn shops. They were pawning city weapons, firearms, and pawn shops.
One guy was like pawning his service weapon and then going back and getting it out of the pawn, then go back in and pawn it to get money and then go back and pay for it. I mean, that's some pretty, yeah.
Yeah, they said he allegedly.
Then during his shift, he's running around doing this, I guess. He doesn't have a gun.
And another Louisiana officer pawned a city sniper rifle, and he applied for a job with a sheriff's department, and they were, I guess, part of their background. They checked to see if you're pawning anything, and they found that he had allegedly pawned a city sniper rifle.
And speaking of fugitives, Mark, I wanted to do that one, that guy that he shot somebody over $40 in Las Vegas, shot somebody at an ATM.
Oh, that was terrible.
I think that guy's still on the.
He's still on the run. Yeah, he's still on the run.
Right. Yeah. And then that guy, the guy who killed those 3 kids, is still on the run too.
We also have a story we can do next week of some kids as young as 8 years old who ran up to a woman at a gay pride event and threw acid on her face.
Yeah, I posted that story today.
We need to get them identified.
Yeah, go to Instagram or Facebook or our website at fugitive.com. That story's posted. And the part that really gets me is they blurred out their faces because they know they're juveniles. They're saying one of them is as young as 8 years old or something. It's like, I think we kind of need to know if these little Tasmanian devils are out there. I don't care what their age is. You go around throwing acid in people's faces. I mean, and now you don't want to mess with their psyche because they're so young. We don't want to show their picture because we don't want them to, that to disturb their come on.
Yeah.
You don't hide their faces.
What do you guys know what East Side's talking about? Tammy Hall group text chat?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know a lot about all that crap going on that was going on with the San Jose City Hall. East Side, the East Side Times.
That was our first show. What was that guy's name? The city councilman that got arrested for the
Omar
Torres.
Tony, is this something to do with Omar?
And then Omar's Torres buddy, they all knew what was going on, and then the assistant mayor actually was given a tip on it and ignored it, and they still have a bunch. They got a lot of dirty stuff going on there, but I know that Robert Zane over there at East Side Times, he puts those people on blast all the time. I wouldn't want to get on his bad side.
No.
Yeah, he says it's related to Peter Omar Torres.
Yeah.
So okay. So all right, there's our homework. We got to research
all
this.
Right, we'll have to research that.
Yeah, Peter Ortiz. That was Omar, one of Omar's road dogs.
That was our first live stream.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah. I think what we should do is
giving us a heads up.
Okay, cool. All right. Maybe we'll do a San Jose focus one next week.
Okay.
Keep it local again. That seemed to work.
Hey, I was thinking we were going to get Steve to go out and drive around and go to if we have any protests. What happened, Mark? You didn't.
I don't. Hey, Steve. Anytime you guys want to go, Scott, go. It's your turn, buddy. So go for it. Yeah, and I just don't want Steve to get arrested because he.
I don't want to get.
He might want to fight one of those masked up ICE agents.
I don't want to get rubber bulleted. If I'm out there reporting.
I gotta find you the videos. I have videos that maybe I probably shouldn't have kept, but I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna put them on my website, Stolen 911, just so I can play these old videos I took when I was undercover.
I'm sure the statutes of limitations.
I mean, I submit them all to CHP, but I have with originals.
The bloopers.
No, like all that stuff when I was undercover, the riots, the Meserly and Ferguson, and then the Valencia riots from Valencia Street riots in 2011 on May Day riots in San Francisco. I still wear the sweatshirt, and Carmen's like, "Why's it got brown paint on?" Because I got it in the riot. Someone threw brown paint, and I was undercover in that. I have all those videos, all those crowd videos, stuff I shot. You could probably identify a bunch of people committing crimes from my videos. I submitted them all to the cops, and I don't know if they ever, the different departments I submitted the videos. Some people were prosecuted, some were not. But
next
cool,
time
a lot of cool stuff.
Next time we go out to dinner, Mark, I'll tell you about the anti-war protest I went to in Los Angeles. It turned into a major riot.
Yeah,
I still got PTSD from that thing.
All right. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, Tony, Carmen. Thank you very much. We'll be here next Tuesday, guys. I'll talk to you in a second, and see you soon. Bye.
Okay.
Goodbye, everyone.